International Glass Man. International Glass Man. Real Spitters TV, Real Spitters Radio, RealSpitters.com. Holla at your boy.
Centers are up in the spot, they line. They don't come where we at. If you play dumb, try to run up inside. You get left at the mat. I got a glizzy right here on the side.
Sometimes I get stuck. Over some things that's going down.
First night, give a fuck where we at. When we done, don't get too attached. I'm geeked in the party. Hold up. Watch how I dumb out. I'm backing my gun out. They set up my bug out. Bitches be right at the nail. I ride around with that Nina on me. Just got a Glock with a stick like a mop. Yeah, I be coming to clean up, homie. It's a new op pack, about to roll them up. I ain't passing, I'm steaming, homie. I'm deep in the spot. Bitch, I be dumbing out. This perky is beating on me. We got a group of brown. They trying to get with us. They told me to roll up. She trying to beat it down. They got turned down because she see that we turned up. She got to fuck me and broke. If she tryna smoke, nigga, word up. Niggas want smoke with the gang and if it get lit, pussy nigga don't fold up. If it's too hot, fuck around, beat on the out like that nigga done stole son. No, I don't panic, nigga, I ran into niggas and I still never froze up. Do what you wanna do or you can try, just know you gon' die when the bros come. Whenever I make a nigga, I'ma take it with me, cause without him it's no fun. We in the party and we up some drugs, don't know how to act. Boy, be wild and don't give him the gun, he don't know how to act. Your bitch, she with us and she having fun, she don't know how to act. None of this cat, this what we do, show you how we act. We in the party and we up the drugs, don't know how to act. Boy, you be wild and don't give him the gun, he don't know how to act. Your bitch, she with us and she having fun, she don't know how to act. None of this cat, this we do. Show you how we act. Show you how we act. Show you how we act. Come on. You know what?
No. It's like when do we stop looking at everything as hate and start looking at something as perspective, opinion, what I prefer? What I decide I might choose to like as music, everybody else don't have to like my particular kind of music. But because everybody don't agree with my music, they hating on me. Everybody has a preference. So if you have somebody sitting before you saying, I prefer to listen to this person sing as opposed to listening to this person sing, that has nothing to do with hate. It's what I prefer to listen to. It's me, my preference, what I prefer. Not what everybody else prefer. I don't have to get caught up in everybody else's genres. Just like an outfit. Now, because I may particularly care for a certain outfit, right? Don't mean everybody's gonna care for that same outfit. Everybody has their own particular style of dress, walk, talk, whatever. And they have a right to that. So if a person is saying, I think Geechee Gotti is better than, let's say, Danny Myers. That's the Geechee Gotti fan. He's a fan of Geechee Gotti, not Danny Myers. Moop, Loaded Lux. Some people say Moop, some people say Loaded Lux. That goes with that person's choice. Now, when we get into a case and point where it's like Big K, Adi Boom, DNA backed out of his battle because of what is linked to Audubon, the rapping. And understandably, in his response to his backing out may be in question to him and K-Shine being cool and the people involved with the case having a link to K-Shine and him backing out is one thing. Big K felt however he felt toward battling Adi Boom because of the accusations, because of the said paperwork, him being a rat or whatever in his personal life. As far as battle rap though, and when it comes to the bank, if the bank is willing to give me X amount of dollars to battle rap against whoever the opponent is, and the only way I can see to win this battle is to dig up personal things. I stated before, that takes away your lyrical content because it's no longer about being lyrical. Now, your excuse may be because, oh, he's labeled a rat. Okay, he's labeled a rat. So you don't want to battle him, or is it the case that you fear his lyrical skill in beating you bar for bar, lyric for lyric? That's the excuse then. If the excuse ain't the fact that I got beat in a battle rap competition, the beef is I got beat by a rat. Then what is it? Because lyrically, if I'm to say I'm great at putting words together, sentences, schemes, punches, it shouldn't matter what's in a person's personal history. Because in music, in blues, what you get in blues is the fact that you have a person before you pouring out his heart. Brokenhearted, hard times. He's giving you a vision of his hard times in life. That's blues. Love songs is giving you their happiest moments in life. That's rhythm and blues. Rhythm and blues, because the rhythm of it is, these are happy times. Blues is just blue times. So now when you get into gangster rap, everybody has to be a gangster in order to talk about it. So what you're telling me is, in order for me to talk about what I know a bullet would do to a person physically, I had to have done it in order to talk about it. Seeing is enough to know what a bullet will do to a person. Just seeing it. Not me having to do it. But does that say I'm not lyrical? In order for me to talk about a bank heist, I have to know something about a bank heist, either by breaking into the bank, going under or over between it, walking in with a gun, or talking somebody out of some money. Computer systems, robbing banks. How I rob the bank ain't important. Should I rob the bank is what's important, because I know there's a level of accountability in it. So, if I'm a singer-songwriter, it would make sense for me to run in no bank and take a chance just to prove I'm gangster for my song. That's the dumbest shit in the world. The dumbest shit in the world. And see, this is where it goes back to how are we thinking? What is our perception of life? How do I feel about the value of life? It's a good question, because if you think about it, for me to be a rapper and honestly sit down and pen some realistic shit I've done in my life, I'd be a fucking idiot. Excuse my French, but I'd be a complete idiot. Seriously. Because I give the judicial system the whole blueprint of a criminal case against my dumb ass. How do you view it? So, trying to say I'm real, that's what a person who's real is seriously think about the situation he puts himself in. Then for me to sit there and say X, Y, and Z snitched on me. That's like the kids that look up to you fucking idiots that spit that, right? Excuse me, I keep cussing. I gotta stop that. But it's just like the kids who look up to these idiots and they get on Instagram, Facebook, and they pose with all this drug money, guns, drugs, and actually put a case together for the judicial system themselves. And then want to sit in a court pen talking about somebody told on me. Really? How far are you looking into this? I mean, at what point do we stop and consider some of the things we're doing and the situations you put the next batch of kids into, the position you put them into, coming behind you? Anybody ever thought about that? Because you're only thinking about right here now. You only see what's before you right now. And you're not looking at none of what's being caused by your actions. Because we have cause and effect. We have cause and effect. You affect the cause by what you present to the young kids coming behind you. I know that for a fact because I seen it. I watched the generation before me and got caught up in what the generation before me showed me. I had a lot of things to choose from, and I picked. And for most of us, we pick what we believe is easy. It's actually the hardest. But we deem it to be the easiest route out. which we learn in the midst of the game, we made a valuable mistake. We cost ourselves some valuable years. But now, we got to live with that and keep living with it. However, when you make a conscious decision to go out and do something, everybody involved got to know their position and know their play. Everybody involved got to know their position and know their play. When I put myself in a position that I can possibly lose my life or lose my freedom, and I decide I'm going to go into it, I got to accept whatever comes along with it after the fact. At the same time, everybody involved got to be smart enough to know when to fold. Everybody got to be smart enough to know when to fold. Because if we know we're wrong, and because I know my record, my criminal beginning started out before half of the guys involved with it, I already know they're going to come at me crazy. But I put myself in that space. So when it comes down to it, it's like, yo, should I force everybody to go with me? Because I'm in a bad position already. And see, this is what happens. This is sometimes what nobody wants to tell. Because I can guarantee you, in most cases, you're sitting there and you got a bunch of co-defendants who done been in and out and in and out and in and out and already know they're going to get off at something crazy. So they're already willing to take it to the max. But here I am, dumbass me, the one that don't really have no cases but wanted to be involved this one particular time. I want to go and follow these idiots. That's my decision. But now when I get caught, I can't cry about it. But at the same time, everybody sitting there got to know to say, you know what? What we going to do about son? Do we give son a way out? Because we knew what we was in for. Do we give son a way out? Nobody's looking at that though, right? All they know is he should have kept his mouth shut. But at the same time, me knowing already, I'm gonna get off at 20 years if I get caught. So I know I'm gonna go to trial. But for the one or two that ain't in my position, do I now force them in my position? Let's keep it fair. Fair is fair. See, that's the part of the game nobody wants to talk about. The clown that already knew his position was 20 years on the offer. Why he dragged money along with him? When he could have said, yo, listen, I already know what I'm here for. You got a way out. They gonna give you light cop out. Hey, because I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm in store for. Let's keep it fair. So we could look at this both ways. Because the one that knew he was going to get the 20-year off was the sucker too. You look at it both ways. Because that's some sucker shit. Knowing that I'm a 15-year offer, 4-time, 5-time loser, And I know dude with me ain't really got the record like I got. So he may be able to come out of that 2, 3, 4 years. Let's keep it fair. Let's be realistic about it. How many is going to speak up on that one? Who's the tough guy in the room that's willing to say, God damn, you know what? Got a point there. Let's keep it fair. How many tough guys is really willing to sit down and say that and be fair about it? I knew I was in store for 20 years. Should I really drag this one along with me? I know got a fair chance I get 3, 4 years to get out of here. Only because he was coming behind me on some shit that I really planned to do or whatever, you know. Let's keep it fair. Who's the sucker? Who is the sucker? Because, truth be told, I'm going to run with dudes I know. We all ain't got nothing to lose. If I know you got something to lose, I'm going to keep you out of that. If I know you got something to lose, I'm going to keep you out of that. And if you insist on coming, lay it down. Listen. How many have ever really had that option presented? I'm just saying, keep it fair. If we all already know our situation, then we make our decisions. But literally, I'm not, because it don't make sense. It don't make sense. Why would I take somebody along with me I know don't hold the same rap sheet I hold? Unless I know, you know what, if we get caught, I'm going to let you ride. Because you really don't need to be with me anyway. Let's be honest. Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody wants to hear that. All it is now is, oh, you supporting the snitching, bitch. So should I support the mug that knew he had a 30-year sentence he was looking at and drag these fools along with him who really didn't know no better to get caught up in something that you knew if you got caught, what kind of time you was looking at? Whose side do I take in that? So I'm looking at it from perspective as you shouldn't have had them with you anyway. You shouldn't have had them with you anyway. Because they didn't stand to lose the same thing you did, and they had no option. But when they was given an option, you should have took the same option. Because I can almost guarantee there was an offer way less than 17, 18, 20. I bet you that 6 to 18 sounded real good now. I bet that flat 10 sounded real good now. Dummies. You knew that when you set out to do it. You knew that when you set out to do it. You wasn't off at 17 from the door. And if you went to trial and blew and got 17, I know it was way less than that was off it. No, you want to be cocky. So at what point do we look at who should have been thinking about what? Who should have been thinking about what? That simple. Especially if you caught right there. It's a no-brainer. Everybody cop out. It's a no-brainer. But because this one was offered 3, this one was offered 4, you knew what your record looked like, and you knew what they was going to get offered. So why you mad because they getting such light offers because they ain't got your kind of record? But I'm going to say this. For all those who like to buy into that, y'all keep buying into that. But at the same time, look at the suckers who knew better, who still chose to go out there and do it. Should have took the first offer. So don't be mad now that you played yourself into something stupid. He's caught red-handed. If not red-handed, y'all got caught not too far from the scene and right still in the time frame, everything going down. You don't take cases like that to trial, Foolio. And you take the best offer you can get. You know what your record look like. You know how many convictions you already hold. You know what's like. Because you can't get the same time that's offered to the dude who ain't got the same rap sheet as you, you can't be mad about that. You shouldn't have had them with you then. But now you're mad. Really? But now, oh yeah, he ratted on me. He said this, that, and the third. When all you had to do was the same thing, and you could have still been at home 5, 6, 7 years ago. But now you want to send this paperwork out to the community and say this dude ratted and this dude ratted because of this statement, When you had the offer, knowing you was dead wrong, everybody should have took what they was. You was all down with it. What are you going to trial for knowing you dead wrong? Because you can't get the same time as the person that ain't got to take the same crazy ass record as you. That's some pussy shit. And I want to be the first to say it. That's some real sucker shit. I want to be the first to let everybody know that's some sucker shit. Because unless I'm running with a crew of people that got 4 or 5 felonies like I got, then I know we ain't all gonna get the same time. Fact. So now I don't want to cop out because I can't get the same time as them. I shouldn't have been with them. I should have been with everybody who had the same record as me. So whose fault is that? So now I want to force everybody to go to trial with me because I can't get the same light ass sentence because I've been doing crime much longer than them and been getting caught. I'm saying, let's keep it real. Let's call a spade then. And honestly, most rappers, most battle rappers ain't lived the life of most gangsters, true-blooded gangsters. Because true-blooded gangsters, I don't know near one that's true-blooded gangster that's a rapper. I don't know one. That's being perfectly honest. I don't know one. I know a couple of rappers that ain't scared to get it in, ain't scared to get some money, ain't scared to fight, ain't scared to protect themselves. But hardcore gangsters running around guns, killing, sticking up, they don't rap. They don't rap. Hardcore gangsters do not rap. They hang around them. They ain't on the mic rapping. They don't do that. because they can't talk about their lives. They can't do it. Because they'll fuck around and say something too close to something they really did and be under fucking indictment. See, they don't do that. The ones you hear telling those stories, they know these stories. They grew up during those times where they was kids and they know they can't be indicted because they know that. That's the stories they're giving. Everybody talking about Al Poe and Rich Porter and all that. They wasn't there to see it. They wasn't there to see it. They know about it because they come from home. They wasn't there to see it, know about it, know how real it is. And honestly, I can tell you how many of those dudes ever really been in a blaze of glory, a real shootout. Because you can see it in their eyes. Like Geechee Gotti say. And he's from LA, so quite frankly, I know he comes from one of them hoods where it was wicked at. So he been seeing some things happen. And he talking about some things he done seen happen. He witnessed happen as maybe a 7, 8, 9-year-old kid. Can't be indicted for it because they're going to look at the age of this kid and go, nah, he couldn't have been down. That kid was about 8 years old when it happened. He didn't do that. Of course they know that. So yeah. That's why he can tell you about this man that he watched get buried. He can tell you about his man that got 40 years because in all reality, it's probably his cousin's man, his brother's man, his uncle's man. They ain't his man's man. He didn't grow up with them dudes. He knew about them because they grew up with the OGs that was around him that he know. It's a difference. That's why I'm saying you got to listen to what's being presented, the message, and you'll know. Because a lot of things that's talked about you, once you witness the time frame, and then you realize these dudes' ages, you know they wasn't there at the time of those happenings. But they've heard the stories. And believe it when I tell you, even down the MOP, Mash Out Posse, they was down with some things, but there was a lot of things they knew about they didn't have nothing to do with it. But they know because they come from that hood and they had a certain lifestyle they lived also. But they were smart enough to come out of it before it got that far. That's why they could rap and talk about certain things. Difference. But when you start paying attention to those differences, then you'll know. Holla at your boy. You already know what it is. What I say. International Glassman. Real Spitters TV. Real Spitters Radio. RealSpitters.com. Because if it ain't real, then we going to keep it real. And we going to talk about what's real. But keep it real when you talk about what's real. And let them know the truth. Because it ain't always about snitching. As opposed to what's right. And me knowing I got 5 felonies. And 2 out of the 5 that I'm with ain't got no felonies. When they got us in front of the judge, those 2 without them felonies is not going to get the same time they're going to offer the other 3 of us. So do I give them a way out? I should. Only a sucker wouldn't. Holla at your boy, Pace.